Hi everyone! So a couple of weeks ago the company DEPSTECH sent me their brand new rotary tool for a review on my channel. I'm actually super excited about this one because I use rotary tools all the time, and as a former dental technician I learned early on how useful those tools really can be. So let's jump right into it and open it up. Right off the bat I have to tell you the first impression is already really good, because this is one hell of a nice case. Usually you get those clunky hard plastic cases where the hinges break off after a while, or you don't even get a case at all. So this is a really nice touch. I hope the tool itself is just as convincing, because that could be just a very clever marketing strategy, so we'll see. There's one market-leading company in North America that everyone knows, and that company is Dremel. I actually own one of their earlier battery-powered tools, the Dremel 8220. It's a good tool. I think I have it now for 3 years. And it's actually very similar to this one, so I think it just makes sense to do a little comparison. Let's start with the specifications. Both tools are powered by a 12-volt lithium-ion battery. The Dremel's battery has a 2 amp-hour capacity, while the DEPSTECH has a bit more capacity with 2.5 amp-hours. Both of them have the same RPM range between 5,000 and 35,000 RPM. When I measured the weight, it showed only 7 grams of a difference, so they pretty much weigh the same. The Dremel comes with a 2-year warranty, while the DEPSTECH has a 1-year warranty. The Dremel has a sliding on and off switch, 3 LED lights to indicate the battery status, and a variable speed switch. The DEPSTECH also has a sliding on and off switch, but the battery status is indicated on a digital screen in percentage. And the speed is preset in 5 different speed settings that can be selected with 2 push buttons. Both tools have a little hook attachment. While the DEPSTECH hook is easy to fold in and out, the Dremel's hook is impossible to fold out with just your fingers. It requires a tool like a screwdriver and is therefore, in my opinion, useless. One major difference between the two of them is that the Dremel has a removable battery. Now in theory that allows you to buy a second or even third battery for an outrageous price, and therefore you could extend your work time almost indefinitely. Now DEPSTECH took a little bit of a different approach. The battery is not removable, but you also don't need an extra charging station. All you have to do is take that little USB-C cable and plug it in the back here. So it's basically the same cable that you use to charge your phone with. How about we do a side-by-side runtime comparison? I let both of them run on max RPM. Now I have to factor in that the Dremel is a 3-year-old tool and the battery probably went through at least 100 charging cycles already, so a loss between 10 and 25% of capacity wouldn't be unheard of. We also have to factor in that the battery has 25% less capacity to start with. The Dremel only lasted 17 minutes and 50 seconds, and for curiosity I measured the temperature around the motor as well, which almost reached 40 degrees Celsius. The DEPSTECH tool stopped running after impressive 35 minutes on full throttle. Even if I add generous 50% runtime to the Dremel, the DEPSTECH still would have solid 8 minutes more than the Dremel. The temperature around the DEPSTECH went up to 48 degrees Celsius though, that is over 8 degrees more than the Dremel. If we compare them side by side, you can see that Dremel did a much better job in providing sufficient air vents to cool down the motor. That being said though, it didn't help that I positioned the rotary tool like this, because in that position both of the air intake slots have been almost completely blocked. Something that wouldn't happen in reality, because it's very unlikely that your finger will completely block both of those slots while you work with that. When it comes to the runtime though, DEPSTECH is definitely the crystal clear winner. Now let's compare how long it takes to charge them up again. The Dremel battery was completely charged after 57 minutes and 28 seconds, while it took 1 hour and 35 minutes and 47 seconds to charge the DEPSTECH. So yeah, it takes a lot longer to charge up the DEPSTECH, about 40 minutes longer to be precise, but it doesn't really come as a surprise when you consider the larger capacity and almost twice the runtime. One thing that I noticed while comparing the two of them is that the DEPSTECH has significantly less vibration, which not only feels a lot nicer when you work with it, but there's also a good chance that that will translate to a longer overall lifetime as well. Let's talk about all the accessories real quick. So this kit comes with 48 pieces. That's about 20 more than what you would get with the Dremel kit on Amazon right now. And of course it comes with all the typical sanding drums, drill bits, wire wheels, stones and cutoff discs. In comparison to the Dremel kit, it also comes with a drill guide and a little shield. That's really nice to have, especially if you work a lot with the cutoff discs, because they can be quite dangerous if they blow up in your face. Best of all though is that this kit comes with a little universal chuck. Now, as a former dental technician, I still have hundreds of drill bits, but all of them have a smaller diameter shank. So I had to buy an extra $20 kit for the Dremel in order to use them. So it's really nice that this set already comes with a solution for that problem. Now, one thing we haven't talked about yet is the actual price. So right now you can buy this Dremel toolkit on Amazon for $169.99 Canadian. Now this kit from DEPSTECH can be purchased for $89.99. That's a huge price difference. The Dremel toolkit is almost twice as expensive. And I purposely didn't talk about this to the end, because most people think of the cheaper tool as a tool of lesser quality, because 8 times out of 10 that's exactly how it is. But I wanted you to watch the review without being biased.
The conclusion.
To sum this up, both brands offer a good quality rotary tool, but DEPSTECH takes the clear lead with a runtime that is almost twice as long, a much smoother and vibrationless operation, a larger accessory kit, and all of that for almost half the price. I mean, there's really just one solid argument that I can find for the Dremel, and that's the ability to remove the battery. But with the longer runtime, DEPSTECH doesn't really need that feature. I mean, those kind of tools are not designed to run all day long anyways. If you need that, you would just buy a corded version. Either way, DEPSTECH offers a surprisingly good quality tool for a really low price, and I'm not part of an affiliate program, but if you're interested in one of those kits, and I highly suggest them because I'm genuinely impressed by them, then you will find a link in the video description. You also will find a link in the video description of the official website of DEPSTECH in case you are interested to see what else they have to offer. That was it for today, my friends. Thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.